Hello, it's Tim from Fair Play Now on the 23rd of February 2022. Seen a couple of items of news, one good, one bad, but both kind of totally unverified as yet. Maybe if you can verify it and help me out on that, that'd be really good. But the bad news, first of all, I've seen supposedly from the Met Police as well as GB News that the Mark Sexton's investigation with the Hammersmith CID has been dropped, although the sites, the Met Police one and the GB News one, all kind of looked a little bit fake, so whether that's actual genuine news or whether that's quite a clever attempt to convince people that the thing has been dropped, I've got no idea. No doubt Mark Sexton will be on with a video at some stage shortly to either confirm that it's still on or that it has been dropped. But even if it has been dropped, there's just going to be other things cropping up all the time. And I kind of said this, I think, when I first reported on this Met Police thing, that even if this one's not successful, there's going to be so many other things popping up left, right and centre that, one of them is bound to get through at some stage. And the good news, equally as unconfirmed, is apparently, so this one thing I saw is concerned at least, Austria is dropping a lot of their restrictions, including sort of mandatory big Vs. So I've got no idea how true that is, but if it is true, it is good news. Anyway, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an insight as to how, and I kind of thought deep down that the lockdown that everybody was expecting at Christmas wouldn't happen, and a lot of people come out with a lot of different theories as to why that's the case, but I think it's purely and simply that people largely in England and the UK just wouldn't have put up with it. And I think I'm in a fairly unique position in that, one, with my job, electrician, domestic electrician, I go around loads and loads of houses. So on average, it's about 2 houses a day with, on average again, 2 people in each house. So I talk to a lot of people, but also, I don't know what it is about me, but people seem to find me easy to talk to, easy to open up to, so they do tend to kind of speak their mind to me, what they're thinking. And last year, kind of 2020 going into 2021, I had several people who said, I think we should just go back into lockdown. Of course, I was sort of inwardly sighing and shaking my head, but didn't really say anything outwardly to them. But that is what they were saying. And also one thing I noticed, again, that winter, 20 to 21 winter, is I'd go around to people's houses and a lot of them, probably 20% of people, would answer the door muzzled up. But fast forward to this winter, kind of tail end of 2021 and so far this year, no one so far has answered their front door muzzled up. And also, at the start of the scariant that starts with O, I did have 1 or 2 people who said, I've got a feeling they might lock down again. But even that is a long way from I think they should lock down again. I think they should lock down. I think they're going to lock down again, as opposed to I think they should, is two totally different things. And also, I've had several people now on my travels who have said that they would not, definitely would not put up or obey another lockdown. And I've had about 2, 3, 4 people saying that to me. I think it's 3 people who have said that to me. And I didn't get that at all the previous winter. So that gave me an inkling as to what was going to happen. And as I say, I am in this fortunate position, and I've had it going back before this whole nonsense started. In fact, coming up to the 2019 general election in, I think it must have been early December 2019, I was around at this lady's house doing some work, and while I was there, a couple of canvassers from the Labour Party knocked on the door, obviously wanting sort of this lady to vote for Jeremy Corbyn, as it was at the time, and the Labour Party. And she just said, well, didn't quite slam the door in their face, she's politer than that, but she just said to them, no, I'm not voting Labour, sorry, bye. And then she just shut the door, and then she turned to me because I was sort of nearby, and she said, oh, I'm not voting Labour. Can you imagine it? Jeremy Corbyn as Prime Minister, shaking her head. And if she'd been an upper class, middle class lady, I wouldn't have taken too much notice. But she was a working class lady and a person that you would sort of put down as traditionally being a Labour Party voter. I don't know what her politics were, but that is what you'd kind of expect her to be, just looking at her. But and therefore, when she said that, I knew that Labour weren't going to win that election. Right there, when she said that, I knew they weren't going to win, and that they were going to lose, and that they were going to lose badly as well. And sure enough, we had the result that we all know, the Conservative Party landslide. And so when we were coming up to this Christmas just gone, and people were saying to me, yeah, no way they were going to lock down again, I also knew that that wasn't going to happen. And I've had people saying it more recently to me as well. You know, they better not ever try locking down again, because I'm just not going to sort of obey it. And these are people who did obey the sort of first lockdown or the previous lockdowns sort of 100% as well. So they're not rebels like me saying this, they're mainstream people. So that is how it's kind of how I can call these things out a little bit with a reasonable amount of accuracy. And that is why I don't think we will ever have a lockdown again. And also, I think we are going to come out of the remaining nonsense at the end of this month, or whenever everything's supposed to be dropped. And I don't think we will be going back. And that's my hunch. And I've just told you where I get my hunches from. And it's just the mood of the general public, the people who I come in contact with and who speak their mind to me. Anyway, I hope that has been a little bit of reassurance for you and sort of give you a little bit of hope. And it's not just a gut feeling, it's a bit more than that. It's an educated guess, I would describe it as well as a sort of gut feeling in my heart as well. And yeah, I would say that we are coming out of this, and we won't be going back, certainly not back into what we've just had. They might, of course, try and come up with some other thing to scare everybody with. And they're doing the best with this Russia-Ukraine thing, aren't they, at the moment? Kind of predictions of the apocalypse, World War III and everything else. But although Russia has supposedly gone into part of the Ukraine at least, I don't think it's going to go kinetic as people describe it as, a hot war. Things might be a bit cold between Russia and the West for a while, but I don't think World War III is going to happen either. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Back tomorrow. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of how I'm feeling and thinking about the various current things going on. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.